Hey, it's Phil here from Hookturn, and in this video I want to show you how you can pre-fill your form values using Advanced Forms Pro. So what you have in front of you right now, if you're watching the screen, you'll see that we're on a documentation page, and that's for the Advanced Forms Field Pre-Fill Value filter. Okay, so this is a filter you can use within your theme, and this is what you can use to pre-populate your field values. So what I've got over here is a form. It's got three fields. One's a text field, one's a group field, and one's a repeater field. The reason I've got these three specific fields is because we're first going to look at text field, which is really basic and really simple, and then we're going to look at two fields that have more complex data structures, which can be a little bit trickier to pre-fill. So I'm going to show you specifically how to work with complex fields. Alright, so here we've got the field group that you can see with the text group and repeater field. And we're going to be using that shortly. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to first thing we're going to do is we're going to target this text field. Okay, so we'll come over to our documentation. I'm going to grab a snippet here. I'm going to copy it, come over to the editor, I'm going to paste it in there. Alright, so I'm going to say it's prefill. Let's replace that with prefill text field. Oops. You'll obviously want to use prefixes on your implementation so you don't have any conflicts, but what we'll do is we're going to use a variation of this filter that allows us to target a specific field by name. So let's get the text field name. So the text field name is text underscore field. Yep, text underscore field, and we're going to leave the demo value there. All right, so I'm going to save this, I'm going to reload it, and we're going to see that the text field is pre-filled. Okay, so this code snippet works really well for simple fields. But now when we move on to the group field, we're going to run into a little bit of a hurdle in that ACF expects very specific data structures for it to know what to do with it when rendering an ACF form. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to structure that data now. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this snippet again. All right, and I'm just going to replace this with prefill group field. Okay. Now, if I was to we better also change our name here to group field. Let's double check that. Yes, group field, awesome. All right, so if I were to reload now, we're not going to see any data in the group field. All right, and that's because ACF doesn't have the data in the format that it needs. Now, with a group field, ACF needs the data delivered to it in a key value array. Okay, so it might look something like this. So specifically though, it won't work with field names. This needs to be the actual field key. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to find the keys of the subfields in this field group. I'm going to do that using ACF JSON. So I'm going to copy the name of the field group, come to my JSON directory, I'm going to find the group we need, open it up, move it off to the side here, and here we go. We've got our group field, and in the subfields we've got our text field, which is the first field we want to target, copying the key, okay, into here. And then the second field is the text area field. So we're going to get the key for that, copy that into there. And so what we'll do is we'll say text field value. What do we got? Text area field value. We're going to save that. I'm going to come to our front end, reload it, and boom, we've got our grouped fields pre-populated with the data of our choice. Okay, so the group field's fairly straightforward. I know it's not entirely convenient to have to grab field keys, so there are ways, like you could write a function that basically takes the field and looks up the field key based on the field name, and I could actually put together a snippet for that, but I'm just going to stick to this at the moment just so we know what we're talking about here. So the final field we want to pre-fill is the repeater field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the snippet again. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to replace this function name with repeater field. There we go. And we're going to also change the name here to the name of the field we're targeting. In this case it is repeater underscore field, which you can see there. Alrighty, so we'll say repeater field, hit save, and if I were to reload this now, we're not going to see anything. So if I reload this, oh well, actually technically incorrect, we're going to see two blank rows. Okay, and the reason this is because ACF, for a repeater field, it wants to see an array of arrays. Okay, so in this case we want to grab the data, create a new array inside the array and populate the data as per the example here. So, and then what you'll have is, if you're populating multiple rows, you'll have something that looks like this, okay? But before we do that, we've got to reload, we've got to change these field keys. Okay, so we've got to go find our repeater field in here. Here it is. And we're going to get the sub field keys from that repeater field. So we've got the text field key here, and we've got the text area field key here. All right, paste those in. Now, if I were to, well, let's just reload that now. I'll save that, reload, and we've got our first row populated. And if you go and create additional rows, okay, so we've got, I'll just say 2 on the end, and then I hit reload, we'll see that we've now got 2 rows pre-populated. So that's it, really. That's how you go about pre-populating fields in advanced forms.